Everyone knows what it's like to have a past, but not everyone can do something about it. Some people are stuck with their past. It follows them everywhere they go, and no matter how much they try, they can't escape it. You see, some of our viewers made the mistake of crossing paths with the wrong people. And now, those same people won't let them live in peace. Our protagonist today is one of those people. He was once part of the most dangerous families in the world, the Corleone family. This family had complete control over New York and even parts of the United States. They were so powerful that nobody could touch them, not even the government. But after spending many years in prison, this man managed to leave the Mafia and start a new life. But unfortunately, his past is haunting him again, and it will cost him everything he has ever loved if he doesn't do something about it. So how did he manage to escape the Mafia? What did he do to get back at them? Most importantly, will he be able to save himself and his family from his dark past? Well, we can't wait to find out. So without further ado, let's dive into the story of Mafia. He left the Mafia, but not the past. Michael Corleone was the youngest son of the head of the Corleone family. Michael was uninvolved in any illegal activities like his brothers, and instead preferred to live a peaceful life away from all the violence. That was until his father was betrayed by one of their rivals and shot by a mysterious assassin. This tragic event left Michael feeling devastated and seeking revenge for his father's death. However, he soon realized that he was too inexperienced and naive to handle such a task alone. Despite this, Michael couldn't stand by idly while his family was torn apart. So he decided to seek help from his brother Fredo, who was known for being the black sheep of the family due to his lack of intelligence and competence. Michael believed that Fredo was the perfect candidate to assist him in carrying out his plan, as he wouldn't be taken seriously by anyone. And so their plan began to take shape. Fredo's wife, who was the sister of Sonny Corleone, couldn't believe what she was hearing when her husband told her about his plan to frame Mo Green for killing their father. She tried reasoning with him, reminding him that Mo was just a business associate and not a member of the family. But Fredo was adamant about his plan, claiming that Mo was responsible for setting up the hit on their father and that he deserved justice. Despite her objections, Fredo went ahead with his plan and set up a meeting with Mo, during which he accused him of killing their father. To prove his point, Fredo pulled out a gun and shot Mo, leaving him paralyzed. While Michael had initially supported Fredo's plan, he soon realized that his brother had gone too far. In a moment of clarity, Michael understood that Fredo had acted out of jealousy and resentment towards his father for always choosing Michael over him. Michael felt betrayed by his own brother and knew that he had to take action to prevent Fredo from causing more harm. With a heavy heart, Michael confronted Fredo and put an end to his brother's life. Although this wasn't part of his original plan, Michael was left with no other choice as Fredo had become a threat to the family. Now, with Fredo out of the picture, Michael was left to deal with the consequences of his actions. He knew that he had to find a way to restore order to the family and protect his father's legacy. And so began Michael's journey to becoming the new Don of the Corleone family. Despite his initial reluctance, Michael had no choice but to step up and take charge. He had to make difficult decisions that would affect the entire family, and he had to do it quickly. Family was in danger, and it was up to Michael to protect them. First, Michael tried to keep things under control by making strategic alliances with other families. He knew that he couldn't do this alone, and he needed all the help he could get. Michael also had to deal with the police and the media, who were both on the family's case. He had to carefully manage their presence and make sure that they didn't uncover any secrets. As time passed, Michael became more ruthless and calculating, just like his father before him. He was willing to do whatever it took to protect his family and their interests. He made enemies, formed alliances, and cemented his position as the new Don of the Corleone family. Michael ruled with an iron fist, and his enemies soon learned not to mess with him. He had a reputation to uphold, and he wasn't afraid to use violence to do it. Under Michael's leadership, the Corleone family reached new heights of power and wealth. He expanded their criminal empire and made sure that their interests were protected. However, despite his success, Michael never forgot about the events that had led him to take over the family business. He knew that there were people out there who wanted revenge, and he had to be prepared. Years passed, and Michael's enemies eventually forgot about him. He had managed to build a strong reputation, and few dared to challenge him. But Michael never let his guard down. He knew that in the world he lived in, you had to be ready for anything. One day, Michael's worst fears were realized when a mysterious letter arrived at his doorstep. The letter contained a threat that sent chills down his spine. It was from a rival family who wanted revenge for the wrongs that Michael had done to them. Michael knew that he had to act fast. If he didn't, his enemies would strike first, and he would be caught off guard. Michael assembled his trusted men and began devising a plan. He knew that he couldn't confront the rival family head-on, so he had to be smart about it. Michael's plan was risky, but it was his only option. He decided to infiltrate the rival family's organization and take them down from within. He knew that it would be dangerous, but he was willing to do whatever it took to protect his family and his empire. Michael and his team worked tirelessly to gather intelligence on the rival family. They followed their members, hacked into their computers, and listened in on their conversations. They knew that they had to be patient and wait for the right moment to strike. Finally, Michael's team was ready. They had gathered enough information to make their move. Michael led the charge, taking down the rival family's leaders one by one. His team was swift and efficient, striking at the heart of the enemy's organization. The rival family was caught off guard, and they didn't stand a chance against Michael and his men. As the attacks continued, the rival family's resistance crumbled. Their members were either killed or forced to flee. Michael had struck a devastating blow to the rival family, but he knew that the war wasn't over yet. There were still loyalists out there who would stop at nothing to avenge their fallen comrades. Despite the threat of retaliation, Michael refused to back down. He'd come too far to let his enemies get the upper hand now. Instead, he redoubled his efforts to secure his family's position as the most powerful crime family in the city. He expanded their operations, tightened their grip on the streets, and made sure that their rivals didn't even dare to cross them. Years passed, and Michael's enemies eventually gave up on avenging their losses. They had underestimated him and his family's power, and they were unwilling to risk another devastating defeat. Meanwhile, Michael continued to rule with an iron fist, but he was now a legend in the Underworld. He was feared and respected by his rivals, and his enemies were too afraid of him to even challenge his authority. Michael's reign may have been brutal and unforgiving, but it was also undeniably effective. He had turned the Corleone family into a powerhouse that wouldn't be challenged for generations to come. However, his story is a reminder that even the most powerful people are unimmune to the consequences of their actions. Michael's thirst for power and his willingness to do whatever it takes to protect his family led him to commit unspeakable acts that haunted him for the rest of his life. Well, folks, that's all for now. We hope you enjoyed the story of Mafia. He left the Mafia, but not the past. If you did, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more amazing content. We appreciate each and every one of you for watching and supporting us. Till next time, stay safe and remember to keep your loved ones close.